When I was 10 years old, my mother passed away. She was in a car accident. My father still struggled with English. We were very poor and we couldn't afford a lot of things. And my father had heard about the Milton Hershey School. I attribute having a school to basically save our lives, or I don't know what we would have done at the time.
We were immigrants. We came here in 75. There was my parents and all the kids. And so we even supported each other after the passing of my mom. But when we went into the school, our biggest fear was not really seeing each other, The school did a good job in trying to create opportunities for us to be together, To kind of get together. The house parents were kind of like trying to make opportunities for that.
I first met Maria literally in Catherine Hall in 5-1 in Miss Schilling's class. She was so cute, so fun, and immediately just fell right in with the group in 5-1.
Everyone liked her. Everyone liked Maria. She always had a smile. She would work with them. She didn't matter who I put her in a group with. I knew it was fine.
So after I left Milton Hershey, I went to Penn State. I would say I had a successful college life, and part of it was with the Milton Hershey School Foundation. College is stressful, where you had kids that didn't have good study habits, didn't have good habits at all. And I think Milton Hershey really taught me those foundational habits that I carried into college.
Maria has always focused on her vision, not on her circumstances. And I think that is an example for every one of our students, the 2,200 students that we have on campus now, is that you can rise above whatever got you to Milton Hershey School through no fault of your own and turn your life into success.
They had an open position for the Milton Hershey School Board of Managers. I was honored to even be approached, and I really love doing board service because what it does is it gives back to the school.
She really has touched every one of our businesses as well as our employees and understands how to really lead with a sense of purpose, holding people accountable, but yet doing it in a manner that's fun and engaging and really keeps us all on our toes, but working collaboratively.
Her leadership and her partnership in running the Hershey Company has been tremendous. Her focus on delivering the highest level of results, doing it the right way, is where the focus is.
Every time I come back to campus, I constantly reflect on what the school has done for me. There is an emotional impact that will be forever with me, because you can't help but think about where would you be if it wasn't for the school.
Yeah, I think the growth was almost transcendent at Milton Hershey. You could see her confidence being built. And I think we as all siblings, we kind of set high expectations for one another. Those expectations was something that maybe you didn't really enjoy when you were younger, but actually they really helped us out.
President Good has been a huge supporter of making sure that all the Hershey entities collaborate, and he is passionate about giving opportunities to our students.
The Alumni of the Year Award basically has 3 criteria. You're distinguished in your career, you have a commitment to service to others, and that you have a high degree of character. For me, it's both acknowledging extraordinary accomplishment with a deep sense of humility and the understanding that none of us would be in the positions we are without the extraordinary vision of Milton and Catherine Hershey. And Maria has modeled, not only as her time as a student, but even before she came back to serve on the board.
It means a lot to me. My older sister, Mary, received the first female Alumna of the Year award. Now I'm receiving the Alumna of the Year. I'm the first female chair of the Board of Managers of the Milton Hershey School. Alumna of the Year to me means that this is an individual that has been very impactful on others. It's the highest honor that a graduate of the Milton Hershey School can get. One of the lessons that the school taught me and all of the role models is you really have to work hard. It's not about being the smartest person in the room. I think it's about being the hardest working person in the room. I'm currently working as the CFO for an animal health company, Wedgwood Pharmacy. Our mission is to help animals and those who love and care for them. And I think that's what's really carried me on in my career. I want to work for companies that are very mission-oriented, exactly like Milton Hershey.
Coming up on 30 years of marriage now, and I'm still amazed at the way she manages her time. It's just, she seems to be one of the busiest people I know, but still never fails to take something on. And somehow she gets it done. She's an extremely productive person.
Obviously, she's smart. Obviously, she's skilled, right? Obviously, she has attention to detail and everything else. But when she engages with senior management, senior leadership, she treats them all with respect, all like they're a friend. She treats them all with value.
She speaks with our students the same way she speaks in a boardroom, the same way she speaks with executives. She is so true to herself, and that comes across in every interaction that she has.
No matter what environment she's in, she's her own person, which I think is an incredible talent.
One of the things, too, that the school taught me was just set high standards. You know, we talk about you can't achieve something if you don't try it, but you also have to set high standards for yourself. If the standards aren't high enough, you're always going to be shooting low.
I found Maria to be smart, analytical, transparent, caring, and most notably had this infectious laugh.
It's been almost a decade that I've been on the board of managers, and we've typically given the award, and to now receive that honor, it's so meaningful to actually be able to celebrate it with my current board of managers, with my family, with the administration and all the leaders at the Hershey entities that has helped me, and that means so much to me to do it while I'm here. You want to leave the organization better than when you first came to it. I'm hoping that my board service has set and institutionalized the foundation to help serve more children for years to come.
I am extremely proud of Maria. You know, not this honors and recognize her accomplishments, but it really also symbolizes her legacy. And what is that legacy? That legacy is to help others, to make sure that people have opportunities, and make sure, like, that's what she's doing on her board, you know, creating opportunities for the students.
She has such strong ties to her own family, but also her Milton Hershey School family, and she really treats all of us like family too, which I've always really appreciated.
My mom has kind of showed up for me as just an inspiration. I think, you know, not limiting yourself to just do a few things. It's like you really can do anything you want. You can work these jobs, you can work that, you can take on multiple different roles. And for me, that's definitely been inspiring because, you know, as a kid, I can see, okay, if my mom can do all this stuff and she went to this school and she can accomplish so much, why can't I?
When I went to her wedding, I sat at her family table. You know, that I was amazed that she would think of me that much. Because you don't know the impact you're going to have on students, no matter where you teach. But you hope that that's a Maria Schilling moment.
The legacy I would love to leave is that I am the first female graduate that is the chair of the Board of Managers of the Milton Hershey School and the Board of Directors of the Hershey Trust Company and chair of the Hershey Company. And I will not be the last.
Congratulations, Mom, on the Alumni of the Year award. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Mom. You are enormously deserving of this award, and we couldn't be more proud of you.
Congratulations, Maria.